A lot to talk about as we welcome in Dr. Anthony Fauci once again. Dr. Fauci, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
You've expressed some confidence, Dr. Fauci, that this full approval is going to move the needle in terms of vaccinations. Is that because you think that previously skeptical folks are going to suddenly rush out and get the shot? Or is that because more private companies will be able to mandate that they get the shot?
It's going to be both. There's a survey that shows that about 30% of the people who have not gotten vaccinated and have been reluctant to get vaccinated have said that once they get what they consider the stamp of approval, the final imprimatur from the FDA, that they would very seriously consider getting vaccinated. So that's one element. The second element is what you just said on the piece, is that there will now be much more enthusiasm in mandating vaccines, be they in corporations, places of employment, universities, colleges, the military. All of that, I believe, will contribute greatly to the number of people vaccinated. And the third thing is that the company, in this case Pfizer, can now advertise. So there'll be a lot more advertisement out there, which you were not allowed to do unless you did get full approval. So I believe those three things working together hopefully we'll get a lot more people vaccinated.
Well, let's talk about this group that's still not eligible. And as a parent of two small children under the age of 12, what's the likelihood that that group is going to be able to get the shot before the Christmas holidays?
You know, I think there's a reasonable chance that that'll be the case. What's going on right now is that the companies, both Pfizer and Moderna, at least two of them, as well as working with the NIH clinical trials group in my own institute, are working very hard to get data on both the safety, the correct dose, as well as the immunogenicity, namely the predictability that these vaccines will be effective. We're collecting that data now. That data ultimately will be presented to the FDA to look at it for the balance between safety and risk-benefit ratio for the children. I hope all of that process will take place expeditiously and that we will have it on the timetable that you just mentioned, hopefully by the mid-late fall and early winter.
All right. But before I let you go, over the past week, roughly 1,000 Americans have died every day from the virus. We know that nationwide cases are up. In a lot of places, hospitalizations are up as well. But here's the thing, as you know, roughly, I believe 73% of the eligible population right now, they've gotten the shot, Dr. Fauci. Do you see a light at the end of the tunnel?
You know, I do, and it's going to totally be up to us. If we get the overwhelming majority of those 80 to 90 million people who had not yet been vaccinated, who've been reluctant to get vaccinated or had not had the opportunity, I believe we can see light at the end of the tunnel, where we reach a point where there's enough of a veil of protection over the community that you see a dramatic diminution not only in cases, but in hospitalizations and ultimately, of course, in deaths.
Are you talking fall, winter, early spring?
You know, it's going to depend on us. It really is.
Okay.
It's in our hands. Our fate is in our own hands. It probably will be, you know, as I've said a couple of times, if we do it right and get through the winter, I hope as we get to the spring of 2022, we'll be there. I hope so. It's up to us.
Dr. Anthony Fauci. Dr. Fauci, thanks as always, sir. Do appreciate you. And we are going to focus more on COVID and your children in our next hour, answering your questions when it comes to keeping our kids safe as they return to school, especially that group that we just talked about, those not yet eligible for the vaccine.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.